Greetings, everyone. This is Duke Violation, and I am here with a couple of people from the Order of Vengeance Guild and one not. And essentially, we're just going to go through training somebody with some combat. I'm going to open up our TeamSpeak chat so you guys can hear what is said, and you'll also be able to watch in game. Shroud of the Avatar is actually going to be going offline tomorrow, so this is going to be the last chance in Release 11 to get a little bit of training in. So without any more pause, I'm going to open up TeamSpeak and... Hello, TeamSpeak. You're live on the stream. So, Keira is currently using a dagger and a sword, and Leviathan had given the tip to not use an offhand weapon because, for those of you who don't know, offhand is not actually scaling correctly with stats, and it is not executing in attacks correctly, so it's a really gimped choice for skill points right now, in my opinion, but some people might disagree with that. But anyway, I'm going to be quiet and let the two of them kind of talk it out.
In all honesty, I'd recommend, if you want to use a blade, use a two-handed sword. If you don't want to, that's fine. You can use two one-handed if you really want.
I'll use it for this time, but I'll upgrade or whatever.
Are you getting those goals?
No, I'm not.
Someone duel me. Let's see if it's me or her. Yep. Just a relog.
Okay, I'll be back then.
GG violation, GG.
So what just happened, because I accidentally had my mic muted, just to update the other half of the conversation, I logged off in the middle of a duel with Keira, which then broke her, so now she has to log off, or she can't duel anyone, so...
Either you guys have two-handed swords.
I'm building my deck back because I messed it all up.
Check your inventory for an iron two-handed sword.
Yeah, I got a few.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Let me put on what you'll probably go up against. attack me. Do you still have offhand attack in your deck?
Yes, I do.
Use that. Whenever it comes up.
I have been.
It's just been missing the entire time?
I guess, because I just used it again.
It looks like the rend, and there was one double slash and one thrust. But that's about it.
Okay, so how can I get to where I'm hitting more?
Reset your deck.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I left my mic open. I'm sorry, viewers.
How should I reset it?
Left corner, top left corner. And how many points you have.
For those of you who don't play Shadow of the Avatar that might be watching, I want to show you what the deck is, so
Okay,
you
I
understand.
guess I got it
This is a deck, and you
many
cannot
points do you
work
have?
with your decks while you're in combat, so I'm going to exit combat so I can modify, and this is the interface that allows us to kind of build our decks. Deck combat allows us to put different skills into a set, and then use that set to do different attacks while we're fighting. There are kind of four different things you need to really quick understand to be able to have deck combat. First is you have a hand down here.
Click that.
These options up here are set by your focus skills, and they are what define how your hand operates, how fast the cards get dealt to you, how fast they disappear, how large the hand is, different information like that.
312.
You have the actual deck of cards themselves. So we call it decks, but these aren't cards; they're actually glyphs. Just to be clear, this is all pre-alpha terminology, and proper terminology will be assigned later on. But we're a bunch of gamers, so we call things what makes sense to us. So essentially, you've got all of these different skills that get put into this window here, and then they get dealt by an RNG into your skill bar. So we're saying that's like a deck of cards being dealt into your hand, essentially, card combat. So the abilities you have to hit a certain number based on your level. My level right now is 29, so I have to have at least 20 glyphs. If I don't have 20 glyphs, I'm going to get what's called a slug. So a slug is going to be a balancing system mechanic that says I have to have a certain percentage chance and no greater than that percentage to get the skill. So if I try to beat that by not putting enough abilities in my deck ahead of time, then the game's automatically going to add a useless ability, so it actually penalizes me. Slugs are actually beyond that too. Certain equipment will give you slugs. So depending on the type of armor you use, you'll get more slugs. I use cloth, so I have a slug right now in my legs that I offset in my actual skills. I'll show you that real quick, because that seems to be something a lot of people are confused about. So, your actual skills, you have passive or innate abilities that by using those passive or innate abilities, you can make your character better in everything, and then the active abilities are how you're going to win the fights. So the game is being built to be actively played. You have to be engaged in combat and not just buff yourself up for auto attacks. So the swiftness gives me the ability to reduce the amount of counts in my light armor. So okay, back to the deck building. The way you build your deck is going to be how you win. Okay, so if you go in with 14 out of 20, you're not going to survive, you know? So just a real quick reset. I'm going to make a combat deck here with a little bit of fire, and then you guys can go back to watching them.
Alright, let's try this. Open up your skills. And go to blades. Put 5 points into thrust, 5 into double slash, and 3 into rend.
Okay.
1 into parry, 1 into riposte,
Okay.
2 into rolling blades, and 1 into coup de grace.
Alright.
Heavy armor. 1 defensive stance, 2 inner strength. 1
But
deflection.
I don't have heavy armor on.
You'll get heavy armor.
Okay. 2 into inner strength, what?
1 defensive, 2 inner strength. Then 1 deflection, and 6 endurance.
Hang on, buddy. Don't touch me. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to point out real quick that the endurance that he's telling her to use right now, this is how we're going to reduce the slug count. So when you're in deck combat, those slugs that I was just describing over the stream, this is the skill for heavy armor to reduce the slugs. So that's important if you're using a deck.
Alright, go to Earth.
Hold on, because I'm not finding those skills.
They'll be on the
You just
right
told me to
side.
put in.
It'll be in the second row on the far right. It'll be a black box. Endurance will be under that.
Hmm.
You found it?
No.
Are you on heavy armor?
Yes.
Do you see inner strength?
I have inner strength.
Look to the right of that. It'll say
I don't
deflection.
have. Oh, okay. It didn't have. It was blacked out, so I didn't think
Are
it
you
was
on
a
heavy
usable
armor?
skill.
Well,
Yes.
it's not. But the skill below it, endurance, is. And that's on the... below that and to the right. I'm gonna put 6 points into that.
Okay.
Alright, now go to Magic and Earth.
Alright.
1 point into Stone Fist. 2 into Strength of Earth, and 5 into Attunement with Earth. Now with Strength of Earth, pretty high chance of getting a fizzle, but if it comes up, you want to use it and just roll the dice.
Alright.
Alright, now go to Focus.
Okay.
1 point into Heightened Awareness, 1 point into Trained Intelligence, and 5 into Mental Reflex.
Okay.
And at the top left, you're gonna get 5 Higher Consciousness.
Alright.
And 2 Life. Same thing with the Earth. High chance to fizzle. Only use it when you need it. 3
Okay.
points in a Healing Touch, 1 in a Healing Ray.
Okay.
And 2 Tactics.
Okay.
1 point into Healthy, 1 into Offhand Attack, and 3 into Trip. One of my personal favorite glyphs.
Alright.
Yes, the I Hate You Trip card. And something you can decide to do here is you can either go for more health or more strength.
What's the difference?
Strength gives you a strength modifier on your weapons and increases damage. And it also influences your attack skill. And attack skill may or may not affect accuracy.
Alright.
What I would recommend, just to make a deck not too complex, is just put all of your points into trained strength.
Okay.
Then you should
The whole
have
148 that I have left?
and yes, and you should have 1 point left over if you put 37 points in.
Okay.
Put
I
that
got 3 points left.
3 points left. How many points do you have in blades?
Total 59.
Heavy armor?
29.
Tactics?
168.
Earth?
23.
That's what it is.
Okay.
1 Stone Fist, 2 Strength of Earth, and 5 Attunement with Earth.
Okay, now I got that 1 point.
Alright, now back to Tactics and throw it in Healthy.
Okay.
And make a deck now. Put in 2 whirling blades, 3 healing touch, and 5 thrust.
Two whirling blade, what?
2 whirling blades, 5 thrust, 3 healing touch, and 3 rend.
I'm back. Right on. What are you doing?
Okay, I think I got it now.
Alright. And 3 trip, 2 strength of earth, 1 healing ray.
So at the bottom right here, a lot of people have asked me how I swap decks in combat, and I just wanted to highlight this real quick. Right now I'm in my magic deck, and I'm going to swap over to the one I just made called This Is My Deck, and then I'm going to swap back. And each time I swap, it does clear all of my dealt cards, but it puts the other deck into play. So that's how you do it.
200 strength.
Inside of the actual deck manager, you get to set an alternate deck. So you equip one, and then you set the alternate, and with the alternate, they both appear down here, and you can use X as the default hotkey, or just click it with your mouse.
Okay.
And how many glyphs do you have?
18.
Hmm.
Oh, hold on, I was missing my double slash.
Alright. How many whirling blades do you have?
2.
Trip,
3.
thrust,
Let me find it. 2 out of 5.
make it 5 out of 5. And then how many cards do you have in your deck now?
28. 29.
Go down your deck and tell me what cards you have. Keira?
Sorry, I'm sitting here talking without holding my button down.
I just go down your deck list and tell me how many cards of each you have and which cards you have.
3 of 3 of Rend. 1 of 1 for boss.
Take that out.
Uh, 2 of 2 Whirling Blade. 3 Trip. 1 Stone Fist.
Take that out.
1 coop, 5 double slash, 2 strength of earth, 1 healing ray, 2 inner strength, 1 offhand,
Figure that out.
uh, 5 thrust, 3 healing touch. And that's it.
Alright, now tell me how many cards you have left.
27.
Perfect. Say your hand size to 9, draw speed fastest, discard speed fastest.
Alright.
Now, does anyone have a set of heavy armor?
Yes.
Perfect.
So what are you, size 8?
6 if you want to be technical.
Let's see here. One of those. Well, you want a whole set or just a chest piece?
Whole set. She has it. So everything but the legs.
I actually have the legs.
Well, that's good, because I have everything but the legs. It's all broken too, apparently, so enjoy.
Shouldn't matter.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Now kill me. Good.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes.
Alright, Arca, come here. You're gonna be our test dummy. I don't have a deck, huh? It's probably gonna be problematic for this experiment. Alright, there we go. Now, what you want to do is... Stop moving. Stop moving. Is... Wait when you get this auto attack, the same time you get the auto attack, use your glyph. Like, as soon as you start swinging, use your glyph.
Okay.
Oh.
And basically what that does is you get 2 attacks within a very short span of time.
Alright.
Because every time you use a glyph, it resets your auto attack timer. Every time you use an auto attack, it resets your auto attack timer. When you do it like that,
I did not know that.
you don't have to wait. And the spell buffs I gave you. You want to use Inner Strength and Strength of Earth whenever it pops up. Unless you already have that buff up. And Trip, what that does is your next hit will knock them down.
Right.
So, thing about that is, don't use it if you're up close to them, unless you don't have anything else to use against them. Because it will reset your auto attack timer just like everything else will.
Okay.
And now, you get to fight Arca.
Haha.
Don't you want to start her with somebody easier?
Yay.
I can fight her. I'm a mage. Just kidding.
Mages
Keep
are
going.
overpowered. Kill him.
Whoa.
Yeah, Arca.
That was a heck of a double slash.
Why do you have so much grass in your mouth?
Arca, do you like the taste of that dirt there?
There's not dirt.
So, any questions?
Not at the moment, but I'm sure I'll think of some at some point. It does.
And something more advanced to do, but I wouldn't do it right now, is to lock certain cards in your hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And to do that, you need to get the maximum locked glyphs card in the focus tree. In case you ever want to experiment with that. And you have to drag it into a slot in your deck.
Right. I actually started with the lock deck, and then I thought I would try this popping up stuff.
You can only lock like 1 card or 2 cards if you want doing this.
Since you like
Alright.
to use two-handed weapons, if you're go back to using two-handed weapons and you want to have the offhand attack, it works really well if you lock 1 offhand attack and 1 double slash next to each other, and you'll always they recharge pretty quickly, and you can have them to knock off 4 hits at once.
Right. That makes sense.
That's what I've been using in PvE.
Oh, thank you guys.
If you want to. I can hear that.
I don't know if... I think I ought to practice what I've learned so far before learning anything else.
I'm an easy target.
If, something I'd really suggest is just going to Owl's Head and just sitting at the entrance. There's duels going on there pretty much all day.
Well... Right. Okay. Right.
Something else I would advise against is the very low percentage bonuses. That cost like 25 points. Just not worth it at all.
Okay.
Also, the high percentage bonus for stun on the air magic isn't worth it yet either. It doesn't seem like.
Alright.
And with the Whirling Blades attack, that is a dice attack. I've seen it hit for crazy amounts, and I've seen it hit for very low amounts, so I'd only use that unless you don't have any other cards in your hand.
Alright.
And with the coup de grace, you want to use that whenever they have low health.
That's
Yeah, I
one,
figured that.
that's one that's useful to lock on the end of your bar if you're able to.
And that's
Okay.
why I only put one of those attacks in, because it's not often your person's under 20% health.
Also,
Same with the rend. If there's already a rend up, don't use it. Unless you don't have anything else to attack with.
Also,
Okay.
if you use any locked glyphs at all, they don't count towards your deck size, so any skills you put in a locked glyph won't get rid of any slugs in your deck.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. It's been some combat training here. Thanks to the people you see on the screen. So, follow, and you'll probably learn more in the not too far future. See you later.